So once you're ready and you're set up and settled in, adjust, get ready, and then start to close your eyes to the room. As you close your eyes, start to let go of the distractions around you. It's not always easy, especially when we're doing an at-home practice. But just see if each time that mind starts to just go somewhere else, if you can redirect it back to yourself, back into what you're feeling and what's happening in the present, not worried about the future and not worried about the past. So just notice those thoughts and let them pass by and redirect that energy back in. And to help you stay focused, let's start to set the body up. So lengthen your spine. If you're sitting on the mat, you'll feel your sitting bones and those legs pressing down to the mat as the spine and the crown of the head start to lengthen and lift up towards the ceiling. If you're laying down, it's kind of that same feeling. It's going to feel like the spine is lengthening from the tailbone forward and the head gently back. And sometimes we kind of lift the chin when we do that. See if you can kind of tuck the chin just a little bit so there's nice lengthening through your neck. Begin to relax the face. Let go of any tension that might be held. The forehead softening. The eyes slowing. And allowing your jaw to relax. So there's a little space between the top and bottom row of teeth. Relax the shoulders, maybe even shrugging them a few times just to really let go and soften. You hold a lot of tension in this area. Let your hands and feet soften. And in this moment, connect with your breath. Start to follow the natural flow of your inhale, the natural flow of your exhale. And maybe even noticing there's a pause occur somewhere in the breath. Make sure you're still relaxing the jaw and the shoulders. And begin to deepen your next breath in. And really deepen and relax with that next breath out. And just continue to do that. Deep breath in. And exhale, letting that breath out. Good. Keep breathing deep. Good. Now create just a little slight core engagement. As you create this little bit of engagement, you might start to notice maybe the low back, it's a little flatter. You might start to feel maybe you can lengthen the spine a little bit more, or you feel a little more stable in this posture. Notice what's happening and come back to a deep breath with this little bit of engagement in place. Good, one more breath, and just let your hands come together. Those palms pressing, thumb creases coming to the chest. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And start to set your intention, your Sankapa for today's practice. It can be a simple word, a phrase. Once you have said it, repeat it back to yourself and hold on to it. Let it follow with you through your practice. And once you're ready, begin to open the eyes and relax the arms. Good, welcome back. All right, so if you're in a seated position, come down into a laying position. If you're already laying, you're already set up. Just make sure that there's a little bit of room. So if you can see, I have this blanket here, so I might kind of move it just to make sure that it doesn't get in my way. And then set up, lay down on the mat, lengthen those legs, and reach your arms up and overhead. Reach those fingers back and point those toes. You're gonna feel the body stretching from one end to the other, and then exhale, arms come down and toes point up. Tuck the chin in. Good, full body stretch again, reaching those hands, pointing those toes, feel this stretch through the body. Good, and then exhale, release, arms down, toes back up, tuck the chin. One last time, so get that last little stretch out you might need. Sometimes it's kind of pulling a little bit to the left or to the right. Good, and when you're ready, keep the arms where they are, but soften the shoulders, but engage the feet. So the toes point up, the heels press down. A little bit of core engagement. And then begin to interlace the hands, so the fingers just kind of find one another. Make sure you soften the shoulders. Sometimes we draw it back up, so relax them down and away from the ears. Tuck the chin in just a little. And start to go in a circular motion around your body with those arms. So they just start to go down one side and around the belly, and then back up and overhead. So it's like you're creating this kind of circle with your arms. And let the head rock along with if it wants to. Sometimes this helps to just kind of keep any tension being brought into it. And sometimes you might notice it feels good. You're getting a nice little stretch through not only the shoulders, but the neck. Good, one more circle. And when the arms come back up and overhead, just gently switch your direction of circle. And sometimes you kind of forget because it feels a little awkward. So just kind of start going the way that you normally would. And then just switch up that direction, that way that you chose. And again, just kind of let the head rock along with. Keep a little core, a little feet engagement, and breathe deep. Good. One more circle with those arms going around the body. And when those arms come back up and overhead, slow the movement. Good. So keep the hands interlaced. All you're going to do is flip the palms to reach back. So you're stretching those arms and hands back. And then now the palms come right back to face the head. Soften the shoulders. Tuck the chin. Do that again. Reach the palm back. Feel the stretch through the shoulders. Breathe. You might even feel it through the palms of the hands or the fingers. And then release. The palms back. Soften the shoulders. Tuck the chin. Good. One last one. So feel this stretch occurring. Good. Palms reaching back. Draw the core in so you're not overarching. A little arch will happen probably naturally. And then allow the palms to come right back. Soften the shoulders. Good. Now begin to reach the hands up so that they kind of reach like they're going towards the ceiling, and your face or your eyes can kind of start to see the fingers and the palms. Good. Allow the shoulders to come off the mat. So I don't know if you can see that little movement. Just try to make sure you can see it. Good. Draw the arms out at T. Tuck the chin. Engage the feet. Don't let them just hang out. So toes pointing up. Reach those arms back up. Reach, reach, reach. Now this time, your right hand is going to go right in front of the left. It starts to cross one another. And then your hands come onto the back. So you might even kind of have to move a little bit so you can kind of reach there. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. But feel your hands pulling kind of those shoulders away from the mat. Tuck the chin. Good. Breathe. Reach those arms up and overhead. Reach back up. Feel those shoulders come off the mat. And then draw the arms out of T. Tuck the chin. Engage those feet. Engage the core. Hands back up. Reach with those arms. Good. Now the left hand is going to cross in front of the right. So just opposite. Again, let those hands grab the back. Shoulders come away from the ears, but the shoulders also come away from the mat. So they're coming away from each other. Breathe deep. Then inhale, reach the arms back up and overhead. Reach. Draw the arms back out at T. Tuck the chin. Engage the feet. Good. We're just going to do this 2 more times. Reach the arms up. Let the right arm cross in front of the left. Hug the body. Shrug the shoulders down. Tuck the chin and breathe. Good. One more deep breath. And then come back up, reaching those arms. Feel the shoulders reaching up, and then gently release the arms out at T. Tuck the chin. Keep those feet engaged. Good. Reach those arms back up and overhead. Up above the head so they're reaching towards the ceiling. Left arm now crosses in front of the right, grabbing the back, maybe the shoulders, but shrug them down and away from the ears. Tuck the chin and breathe deep. One more deep breath. On the exhale, gently release, arms up, reach, 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 and then arms out at T. Good. As the arms come out at T, take your right arm and start to reach it up and overhead so that your arm is right by your ear. The left arm is out at T, or half T, however you want to look at it. Tuck the chin. Now start to flip, so the palm is probably either Yeah, it's probably facing up. I just want to make sure. But see if you can face the palm to almost point towards the left side. Good. Now bend the elbow, and it starts to go over the head. See if the hand can start to grab a hold of the side of the face or the ear, and just give yourself a little stretch to the right. Not so much that you're going to feel pain, but just enough to get a little stretch. Good, and slowly come back to center, reach the arm up, and then back out at T. Tuck the chin. Left arm now comes up. That palm is going to face to the right. Bend the elbow. It comes onto the head, so the hand starts to find the ear, and you're going to see that you start to kind of bend a little bit to that left side so that the hand can come to that ear. Again, don't draw pain into the body. Breathe deep. Good. Gently lift up, draw the head back, arm back out at T. Good. Just one more time on both sides, just a little stretch. Again, the palm will face towards that left side as that right arm is up to frame the ear. You start to bend the elbow, the hand's going to try and grab the ear, and you'll feel a stretch starting to occur so that hand can get closer to the ear. Breathe deep. Soften shoulders, draw the core in, and check in with the feet. Good. One more deep breath and then gently release. Don't feel rushed. Once you're back out at T, realign, readjust. Tuck the chin, engage the feet, a little bit of core. Left arm reaches up, palm facing the right side. Bend the elbow. Let the hand try to grab the side of the face, the ear. You're going to feel a little stretch occur over to the left side. Breathe deep. Soften shoulders. Good. One more, and then gently release. Don't feel rushed out. As the arms come out of T, keep them there. My palms are up, so you can keep them that way, or you can even flip the palms down, but bend the knees so the feet come onto the mat. Tuck the chin, and walk the feet wide. So you're getting set up for windshield wipes. Exhale, knees lower to the right as you gaze over to the left. Take a deep breath, check into what you're feeling. And then inhale, draw the knees and the head back up to center. Tuck the chin, draw the core in. Exhale, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Check into what you're feeling. Until you know what to do, just begin to flow through these movements, going back to center where you can realign, re-engage. And then when you lower to one side on the exhale, just kind of check into what you're feeling. Don't draw tension in the shoulders or the jaw. Maybe keep the core slightly engaged, and maybe even engage the feet so that the legs are a little active as well. One more movement side to side. The next time your knees come to the right, just come into a place of stillness. So this is where you can check into to where that effort is, a little bit of core, maybe a little bit of thigh engagement or feet engagement. A little ease, maybe the hands are gripping, let them soften. Relax the shoulders and the jaw, and just breathe deep. One more deep breath and then come back to center. Re-engage. Make sure feet are still wide. And then lower to the left on your exhale, gazing to the right. Check in, find your effort, find your ease, and breathe deep. One more deep breath, come back to center. As you come back to center, walk the feet in closer. Then draw those knees in towards the chest, wrap the arm around. If you want a little stretch through the neck or the shoulders and the head, lift it up, that is okay, but then release it back down. Good. If you want a quick little rock side to side, allow it. And just kind of feel what the body's feeling as it goes side to side. Good. All right, when you're ready, come on up to a seated posture, either rocking up or rolling to one side. But once you come up, just allow yourself to settle in, to set up. All right. So be in a seated position, just like kind of we started. For some of you that were laying, just come into a seated posture that's comfortable. What we're going to do is reach the arms up and overhead, relax the shoulders. All right. Exhale, draw the arms gently down by your sides. Keep the spine gently lengthened. Relax the shoulders, don't let them creep up. Inhale, reach the arms back up and overhead. Soften those shoulders. Good. Exhale, draw the arms gently back down by your side. Good. So just do this just a few more times. And notice what you feel. Sometimes we start to hear a little crunching through the shoulder. Sometimes we notice, ooh, I start to lengthen a little bit easier. My spine feels a little more stretched as the arms reach up. Good. Last time. All right, shrug out the shoulders. Just notice how they feel. Different directions. Good. All right. Reach the arms back up and overhead. And exhale, fold into the legs. Good. Let the head relax, let the arms soften. So it's okay if your head doesn't come to the mat, but don't hold it up, just kind of let it hang. Try not to press hard into the hands, but just kind of let the arms soften. Breathe deep. You can either walk the hands in towards the body to lift on up, or use the core and gently lift back up with those arms back up and overhead. Good. Draw the arms back down by the side. And what you're going to do is walk your hands back behind you. So the fingers are going to point away from the body. Let your palms be as flat as they can be on the mat. Really draw those shoulders back. I hope you can see that if you needed to. And then lift up through the core and the chest and let your head release into those shoulder blades. Breathing deep. Keep pushing up through that core, through the chest. Now it is important, do not lift your head. Walk your hands in toward your hips. It just naturally lifts the head back up. Good. Take a moment, breathe deep. Reach the arms back up and overhead when you're ready. Soften those shoulders. Come into a fold one more time. Again, maybe the hands here, the head is lifted, but let it hang. Soften the arms. And just come into that fold the best you can. Again, you can walk the hands in towards the hips or use the core. Lengthen the arms and come back up. If you walk the hands in, just reach the arms up for a nice little stretch, and then relax the arms back down by your side. Good. Walk the hands back again. Palms flat the best you can. Draw those shoulders back, lift up through the core and the chest. And this is where you can start to let the head release into those shoulder blades. Breathe deep. Good. Inhale, don't lift the head, but walk the hands in so it lifts the head up naturally. Good. Take a moment. All right, so just kind of notice how you feel after doing a little folding, a little bending. And we're going to do it 2 more times, but we are going to switch our legs. So just make sure that whatever leg's in front, so my right is in front, you're going to draw it behind that opposite leg. So now my left is in front. For some of you, it might be the opposite. That's okay. Get comfortable. Sometimes you might go, oh, I need to move those sitting bones. It feels a little different. Maybe you need to draw a blanket or something underneath the hips so you feel a little more elevated, a little more comfortable. Draw the core in, lengthen your spine. Reach those arms back up and overhead. Soften the shoulders. Exhale, draw the arms back down by your side. Good. Keep the spine slightly lengthen, the core slightly engaged. Reach the arms back up and overhead. Don't let those shoulders creep up. Keep them down. Good. Exhale, arms drawing right back down by your side. All right, one more time. Reach those arms up and overhead. Soften the shoulders. Come into your forward fold. You might notice it feels different. Sometimes our hips like to talk to us and it kind of keeps us from coming all the way down. But just as I said before, just relax the best you can when you get here. Don't hold any tension into the body. Either using the core or walking the hands in, slowly come back up as the arms come back up. And then relax and draw those arms back down by your side. Walk the hands back behind you, palms flat on the mat. Draw the shoulders back, lift up through the core and the chest, and let your head release into the shoulder blades. Keep lifting, keep breathing. Notice what you feel. Maybe new sensations are occurring. You might even notice it feels different just by switching your legs. Good. Don't lift the head, but just let the hands walk in towards the hips so it lifts the head up naturally. Good. Take a moment and then reach the arms back up and overhead. Forward fold once again. Soften and release when you get here. Breathe deep. Draw the core in, slowly lift back up, either walking or drawing the arms up. Draw those arms back down and walk the hands back. Palms flat. Draw the shoulders back away from the body. Lift up through the core and the chest and let your head release into the shoulder blades. Keep drawing the shoulders back, keep lifting up. A little bend in the elbows, okay. Sometimes it helps to even draw those shoulders back a little bit deeper. And just breathe deep here. Slowly walk the hands in towards the hips. Don't lift the head up, just let it happen naturally. Good. And then take a moment, kind of shrug out the shoulders, maybe a little undulation to the body. Just kind of notice what you're feeling and what's happening. Good. All right. So draw the arms out at T. You can switch legs if you want. You might have just saw I did because I wanted to make sure you could see me. All right, arms out at T. Soften the shoulders. Right hand. Draw the arms back out at T. Good, same movement, just different. Left arm is gonna kind of start to come over in front of the chest. The right arm is gonna come down under that left arm, bending the elbow so that it just starts to stretch that left arm a little bit. So you might even feel, as you notice, I kind of pull just a little bit to the right. Breathe deep, release the right arm, draw the arms back out at T. Okay, we'll do this just 2 more times. When you're ready, the right arm starts to cross, the elbow bends, that's okay. Left arm comes right underneath of that right arm, bending the elbow. You're gonna feel a little stretch and maybe even pull just a little bit. It's not a big movement over to the left, so you feel a little stretch. Good, release. Arms back out at T. Last time, left arm crosses, right arm comes underneath, bends the elbow, so it kind of grabs that arm. Feel a little stretch, maybe pulling to the right. Breathe. Good, release. Shrug out the shoulders. You might notice, that feels a little bit better. Good, roll out wrists if you need to. And then we're coming to hands and knees. So if your knees are sensitive, please use a blanket or add extra padding by just kind of folding a little spot on your mat. So palms flat on the mat, wrists underneath of the shoulders, knees underneath of the hips, and hips distant. So they're not touching, but they're not super wide. Look back, sometimes our feet come together, so just see if you can kind of draw those ankles in line with the knees. The toes are not curled like so, but just lengthened so that the tops of the feet are on the mat. Good, gently gaze down, draw the core gently in. All right, tuck the chin, round the spine up. Slowly draw your hips down towards your heels, coming into a child's pose. Just like your forward fold, try not to hold the body up. Let your head just relax the best it can, and those arms and hands, don't let them grip or tighten. Just try to relax the best you can. Good, come back up to hands and knees. Sometimes we get out of position, so just make sure you're back in that alignment. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Core engaged. Good, curl the toes. Shift the weight back a little bit towards your heels. Then hover the knees. Then lift into your downward dog. So some of us, as you notice, I start to draw my feet back a little bit because giving yourself some distance is good. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Gaze back so you can see those knees pushing the chest back just slightly, and pedal out those legs. Good, come back down into your tabletop, your hands and knees. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Tops of the feet, ground it down. Good, tuck the chin, round the spine, slowly go back into that child's pose. Relax as you get here. Take a deep breath and just notice what you're feeling. Good, come back up to hands and knees. Good. Find your foundation, draw the core in, curl the toes, shift the weight back for that stretch. And when you're ready, hover those knees, breathe. Then lift into down dog. Give yourself a little distance from hands and feet. Pedal out those legs, push the chest back, gently gaze so you can maybe see those knees. Good, Good. One more little stretch, and then come back to tabletop. Good. Once you're back at tabletop, really allow yourself to check in. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. What you're going to do is start to shift your weight over to the left. Draw your right foot back behind you. Toe pointing down, heel up, engage the core. Good. Bend the knee, draw it in towards the chest and round that spine. Good. Feel the shoulders coming away, so push the hands away from the mat. And then lengthen the leg, draw the core in, toe pointing down. And maybe you can draw the shoulders together just a little bit. Good. Bend the knee, draw it in towards the chest, round the spine. Good. Lengthen that leg, draw the shoulders together, draw the core in. Last time, bend the knee, tuck the chin, breathe deep. Feel the shoulders coming away from the spine. 2 more breaths, you got it. Good. Lengthen that leg, draw the core in, maybe the shoulders come together. You can stay here if you want to add a little extra effort. Maybe come onto the tippies of your fingers on the left hand, or even reach that arm up. So you're lengthening the left arm, lengthening that right leg, but lifting up through the core, through the right arm, and the left leg that's on the mat. There's a lot going on. 2 more breaths. Then the hand comes down first, then the knee. Go back into a child's pose. Soften and release. Notice how your shoulders are feeling, how the back is feeling, and maybe even the leg. Good. Come back up to hands and knees. We're going to do the next side. So find your foundation, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Draw the core in, gently gazing down. Weight to the right now. Left leg comes back behind you. Allow the toes to point down towards the mat and the heel up. Draw the core in. Good. When you're ready, bend the knee, draw it in towards the chest. Push the hands away from the mat so you're rounding that spine. Good. Then lengthen the leg. Toe down, heel up, draw the core in, but maybe even kind of draw the shoulders together a little bit. Good. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Just like you did on the other side, begin to flow through these movements. Don't feel like you have to go fast. Keep checking in, core, what's happening, what you're feeling. Good. Last one. When the knee comes in, pause. Breathe deep. Shoulders away. Push the hands away from the mat. Tuck the chin. One more. Lengthen the leg. Pause here. Draw the core in. Maybe the shoulders a little bit together. You can even shift the weight to the left. Maybe come onto the tippies of the fingers of your right hand, or you can lengthen that arm. So you're lengthening the arm and the leg, and you're lifting up through the other one. Breathe deep. Good. Hand down first, then the knee, child's pose. Roll out those wrists, those shoulders, the head. Just kind of relax as you get here. All right, come up to hands and knees. Good. Find your foundation. Once again, knees under hips and wrists under shoulders. Round the tops of the feet. Draw the core in. Shift your weight over to the left. Reach your right arm out at T. Good. Notice where your weight is on this left hand. If you need to draw the hand in a little bit because there's too much weight in one area, do so. If you need to draw it forward just a little bit, do so too. I want you to find that you have balanced weight in that hand. Good. Keep drawing the core in as that right arm's out at T. Maybe lift it up just a little bit so you draw the shoulders together. Then with this right hand, you're going to start to bring it through. You have a left opening between the arm and the thigh. You're going to draw that right arm there. You're going to bend your left elbow as the head comes down, the shoulder and head on the mat. Breathe deep when you get here. Pushing into this left hand, slowly lift back up. Draw that arm back out at T. Maybe again, you've been kind of giving yourself a little stretch for those shoulders, then thread it through. Come down and forward onto the shoulder and the head. Shift the weight to the right so you're not all on the left side. Breathe deep. Good. Come back up one last time. Give yourself that stretch you need, and then come into the position where you can hold the head and shoulder down on the mat as you're reaching the right arm to that left side. Shift the weight to the right with the hip so they're kind of squared the best they can be. And if you're feeling comfortable, this left arm, reach it up for a moment or keep it on the mat. Good. Start to draw it overhead so it's lengthened. And reach it back up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbow onto the back. Bend the arm as you're bending the elbow so it comes onto the back. Good. Good. Reach up through that arm just a few more times. Reach it up and overhead. Then reach it back up towards the ceiling, bending the elbow so the arm and the hand come onto the back. Good. Now pick a position that feels best for you. Hand maybe on the mat, maybe the arm lengthened, or maybe that arm on the back. Breathe deep. Draw the core in. Two more breaths here. Then if the hand's not on the mat, just bring it back so you can lift back up. And then when you come back, take your right arm out at T and just do little circles really quick. It can be small circles, maybe it's big circles, but just kind of go in opposite directions. You just kind of release a little bit. Good. And then draw that hand down. Now shift your weight over to this right side, and your left arm is going to be free out at T. Make sure you're still in a position where you can draw the core in. You're still grounded down through those legs, through the feet. Give yourself a little stretch, and then thread it through that right opening. Let the head and the shoulder come down. Keep reaching with this left arm to the right side. Good. Check in with the hips. Sometimes they want to, I'm just trying to give you an example. Sometimes they come all the way to one side. You just got to kind of bring them back to center. Good. Gently push back up. Reach the arm out at T. Maybe go a little bit further up to stretch those shoulders. And then thread it through that opening, coming down and forward. Make sure you're not on the neck, but on the head and the shoulder. Draw the core in, square those hips, round those feet gently down. Good, last time, come on up. Give yourself that stretch you need or you desire, and then come into a place of stillness. Good, you can keep the hand here on the mat, or reach the arm up, then go overhead. Good, then bring it back up towards the ceiling, then rotate, bend the elbow so the hand comes onto the back. Reach the arm up, go back up and overhead. Good, we're just gonna do that one more time. Reach the arm up, then the elbow onto the back. Good, one more time up and overhead. And then back up and onto the back. So it's your choice. You have three choices. Hand on the mat. If you're like, I feel great here. Maybe you want to lengthen that arm overhead. Maybe you want it onto the back. So just listen to your body and breathe deep. Good, one more breath. Hand down onto the mat, lift up. You want the circles with that shoulders to kind of release it. Do so, big circle, small circle, whatever. Just make sure you switch up your direction. Good. And give yourself a child's pose. If you want the knees to be wide for this one, do so. But you do not have to. Just kind of roll up shoulders and wrists, maybe arms by your side or out by your sides, so they're out at T or in front, or even underneath the head. So just kind of release and notice what you're feeling. Good, a few more deep breaths. All right, come back to center, come back to hands and knees. Find your foundation if you brought those knees wide. And if you need to adjust anything, give yourself time to adjust. All right. Come back to downward dog, curling those toes, lifting the knees off the mat, hips up, chest and towards those thighs, pedal out those legs. Notice how your shoulders are reacting. Do they feel different? Breathe. Good. Now hop or walk the feet to meet the hands so that you come into a forward fold. All right, so once you come into a forward fold, just look down at your feet and make sure that they are parallel with each other in the mat. Spread and lift those toes and then release the toes down. Shrug out the shoulders, a little neck release, yes and no. Maybe even a quick little bend to the knees just to release any tight hamstrings or tight calves. Good. All right, come up to a flat back, drawing the shoulders together, gazing down. And then fold back into those legs. Come into chair by bending your knees, sinking the hips down and back. Chest starts to feel off the thighs as those arms come up to frame. Draw the core gently in, draw the thighs gently together. Then come on up to stand as your arms come around and into a prayer position. From prayer, reach those arms back up and overhead, soften shoulders. Exhale, fold back into your legs. Good. Breathe. Notice how you feel in the second fold. Come up to a flat back. Draw the shoulders together, gazing down. Fold back into those legs. Good. Come back into chair, bending knees, sinking hips down and back, chest feeling up as the arms frame. Draw the thighs together a little bit. Good. Then lift all the way up as arms come around into prayer. All right, now we're going to switch up this just a little bit. So instead of drawing the hands up, you're going to draw the arms behind you. See if you can interlace those hands. Good. Draw the core in. You're going to start to hinge at your hips. Draw the shoulders back. Lift your hands and your knuckles away from your hips and start to draw them up towards the ceiling. Now for some, maybe it's just a micro movement and that's okay. Just notice what you're feeling. Come into that fold and just feel the shoulders working together. Relax the neck. Don't hold it up. Maybe even give it a little yes and no just to notice if you're holding it up. Good. Now come into chair, bending your knees, sinking the hips down and back. Use your arms, act as though they're drawing back so that it lifts, peels that chest off the thighs. Then release the hand so that those arms are reaching back. And the arms come up as you come back up to stand. Arms come into prayer. Good. So we're going to do this just a few times. Draw the arms back behind you, interlacing the hands. Start to draw the shoulders together a little bit. Start to bend at your hips, hinging, letting those arms start to come away from the back so you just feel the shoulders working together. Again, maybe it's a little movement. I have a little more flexibility because this is a favorite pose of mine. Lift those knuckles up or back so you feel that extra stretch, but release the neck. Don't hold it up. Good. Come into chair by bending the knees, sinking the hips down and back. Peel the chest off by drawing the arms back. Then release the hands, but their arms are still reaching back. Then push to the feet, arms come up, the body comes up, arms into prayer, or hands into prayer. Good, so we're going to do this just a few more times. You know exactly what to do. You're just moving through those movements with your arms. So, interlace, shoulders back, hinge at your hips, into that fold. Arms coming away, but it's mainly just feeling the stretch in the shoulders. Come into chair, bending knees, sinking hips, peeling the chest off, and then release, arms just reaching back, then come on up to stand as arms come around and into prayer. All right, one last time. I'm not going to take you through instructions. I just wanted to release my shoulders and you're like, what's she doing? Good. When you're back at center, hands in prayer, pause here. Take a deep breath. Release the arms down by your side. All right. So, just going to make sure you can see me. As your arms are down by your side, you're grounding down, lengthening up. Reach your right arm up towards your ear, so the hand actually goes up towards the ceiling, but it's lengthened by your ear. All right, so begin to bend your elbow and the hand trying to kind of touch your back or your shoulder. And it's okay if it doesn't get there. Good, now take your left arm, draw it up, and then allow your hand to just kind of hold on to that elbow. So you might even kind of pull that elbow a little bit to the left so you feel an extra stretch, but don't hurt the body. Keep listening, keep drawing the core in. Good, slowly release the left arm, draw it down, reach the right arm up, draw it down. Doing the same thing other side. Reach your left arm up towards your ear, hand reaching up towards the ceiling. Then bend the elbow so the hand comes onto that shoulder. I'll show you from a different direction. Right arm comes up, and then hand onto the elbow. And again, you might kind of pull that elbow a little bit to that side so that you're feeling that stretch. Good, release the right arm, draw it down. Left arm up, draw it down. All right, right arm comes up. Bend the elbow so the hand comes kind of onto the back, maybe it's the neck. Reach that left arm up, it grabs the elbow. And you just kind of feel just a little stretch. It's not a whole lot. Breathe deep. Good, gently release the top arm first down, and the other arm. Good, shrug out the shoulders, maybe a little movement through the neck. Notice what's changing, what you're feeling. Left arm comes up by the ear, and you bend the elbow so the hand either comes onto the neck or the back or shoulder. This right arm comes up, kind of grabs a hold of that elbow, so you just feel a little stretch over to the right. Keep drawing the core in. Breathe. Last breath, release the top arm and the other arm. Good. All right. So now what you're going to do is shrug out the shoulders a little bit. Little neck movement. You might notice they feel different after doing both sides. Arms by your side. Now you're going to take your right arm and you're going to reach it back just a little bit. And then you're going to bend the elbow so the back of the hand comes onto the low back. What happens is we want to overarch here. So see if you can draw that core in. You might even feel a slight tilt through the pelvic to help keep that low back. And you might even be like, ooh, different flexibility just by adding that in. All right. This hand, see if you can maybe grab the left arm just to feel a little stretch. So maybe you can even start to take your left arm a little bit away from the body so that you're stretching that right arm. Again, tilt the pelvic. Don't let this happen. Good, then draw it back, release, same thing with the other arm. Left arm comes on to the back, maybe it grabs a hold of the right hand, and maybe the right arm comes just a little bit to the right so you feel a stretch through the shoulder. Don't let this happen. Draw that core in, draw those glutes in. Good, slowly release. One more time on both sides, slowly bending the elbow so the back of the arm and hand come onto the back. Maybe the hand grabs a hold of the left arm, and maybe the left arm just comes away from the body a little bit, so you feel a little bit of a stretch. Good. One last time. Don't feel like you have to keep up. Maybe you want to be there a little bit longer. We're just getting ready for the next stretch. Breathe. And release. Shrug out the shoulders, little wrist release, little neck release, whatever you might need. Good. Draw your arms out at T. Right palm flips back. Then bend the elbow, let the hand come onto the back, just like you did before. This left hand, palm flips up, and start to lift up. And as you do, the arm is going to do just what it did before. So it's kind of both movements. And maybe your hands can find one another. Maybe they can't, but it's okay. It's just acting as though they are coming together. Breathe deep. Draw the head back to center. Keep this top elbow lifted. It wants to sometimes come in. Keep it lifted up towards the ceiling. Good. Release the bottom arm first. Little movement, and release the top. Little movement. Good. Shrug them out if you need to. All right. Arms come back out at T. Left palm flips back. Bend the elbow, hand onto the back. Right palm flips up, and then you start to rotate, bending that elbow. Maybe the hands come together. Maybe they act as though they do. Good. So it's just those hands acting like they're trying to come together. This top elbow, lift it up. Don't let it sink in. Keep it lifted. Breathe. Draw the core in. Good. Release the bottom arm, then release the top. Shrug them out. Any little movements you might need. Good. Now, both arms by your side. Let your hands grab the forearms behind your back. Again, overarching wants to happen. Tilt the pelvic. Draw the core in. It's okay if you get a little bend in those knees just to help. Draw the shoulders back and just kind of hold on to the arms here. Notice how it feels. Good. Slowly release. Then reach the arms up and overhead. Same movement. Let the forearms, or maybe the hands grab the elbows. Don't let the head, so I want to make sure I can show you in this direction. Don't let the head do this, but also don't let the head do this. Try to find that center when the arms are here. Sometimes it's hard. Breathe.
Now don't let the shoulders come up, draw them down. And so your arms may land on your head, and that's okay. Good, slowly release. String it out, give a little movement, a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Come back to the front of your mat. I know I've been all over my mat. Reach the arms up and overhead and fold into your legs. Notice how different it feels. We weren't doing this movement with the arms together, so they're just kind of hanging. How's those shoulders feeling? How's the back feeling? The legs, all of it. Good. Bend as much as you need so the hands come flat. Walk back to a downward dog. Push the chest back. Pedal those heels. Lift the tailbone up. Good. Then come on down to tabletop into child's pose. Soften and release, and again, just kind of check in. Notice how you're feeling. A very shoulder-heavy practice, just helping to release all that junk that we hold there, especially since most of us are working from home at our desks. And those of you that go into work, a lot of you are still working at desks. So just good to practice and to release those shoulders and come back up to hands and knees. Beautiful. Come on down. We're going to lay down. And we're going to do windshield wipes because I think it's going to feel so good just to check back in to how they felt at the beginning of practice to how they feel at the end. And those legs probably been craving a little movement as well. So arms out at T, feet wide, knees bent. Draw the core in, lower your knees to the right on your exhale, and gaze to the left. Breathe deep here. Good. Come back to center. Realign, readjust, re-engage. Lower to the left, gaze to the right on your exhale. Breathe deep. Check in. Good. Come back to center. Realign, re-engage. And just flow through these movements, checking in to how you're feeling and what's happening, what's changed through practice. Next time your knees come to the right, pause there. Don't feel rushed to get there though. Take your time, breathe deep. And once you do get there, stay here for 3 deep breaths. Good, come back to center. If you're already there, it's okay. Then go to the left. 3 deep breaths. Don't feel rushed if you're still kind of finishing up on the right side. And when you come back to center and you're done with both sides, walk the feet closer, but not to touch, just in line with the hips. And then walk your heels in closer towards your sitting bones. Draw your arms down by your side, tuck the chin, but then see if maybe you can tuck those shoulders underneath of your body so the chest opens. The arms may have to come a little bit away. And then what happens is the legs want to open, just like windshield wipes. But see if you can actively draw those thighs together. Good. Draw the core in and then begin to lift your hips up and off of the mat. So you come into a bridge. Tuck the chin, push the knees forward, breathe deep, and slowly release one vertebrae down at a time. Good. Again, draw the core in, tuck the chin, thighs actively engaged together, but not to touch. Then lift gently back up into your bridge. And then slowly release one vertebrae down at a time. Good. Inhale, lift those hips back up and off of the mat. Now interlace the hands underneath, tuck a little bit deeper, and see if you can push those knuckles towards your heels. Tuck the chin. Push the knees forward, lift the hips up, breathe. Good, last one. And then release the arms and slowly release one vertebrae down at a time. Once you're back on the mat, draw the knees in, lift the head up if you would like, then release it and rock side to side. Good, we're at the very end of practice. So finish up this rocking movement, and then if there's any last movements you're craving, your body is wanting, please honor it and just listen to it. Give yourself that movement. It could be anything we've done in practice. It could be anything you've done in a previous class. Sometimes it could just be anything that you just truly are craving. You're like, I want plow, or I want more windshield wipes. And then when you're ready for Shavasana, just because I'm saying get ready doesn't mean you have to. So finish up those movements, honor your body always. But when you're ready for your Shavasana, if you have an eye pillow, grab an eye pillow. If you're cold and you need a blanket, get a blanket. If you want a pillow for the head, get a pillow for the head. Good. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let your body just truly relax. And when your body gets into that place where it can relax, we're going to do a quick little muscle relaxation. So allow the palms to face up. Inhale, take a deep breath. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Good. Now inhale, take a deep breath and squeeze and tighten all of your muscles except the jaw. Squeeze, 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 tighten, tighten, tighten. Bring up stress, bring up tension, and exhale, just totally release and let it go. Okay, we're gonna do this a few more times. So inhale, squeeze and tighten. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those muscles, but also start to bring up stress and tension, stuff you don't need. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, and exhale, let it out. Good, one last time. Squeeze the body, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Bring up that last little bit of stress. Maybe there was a jerk that you were talking with the other day and just sticking in your head and you can't get it out. So bring it up, and let it go. And just put a big old smile on your face. Sorry. Good. And then just let yourself totally get into your Shavasana. Let the eyes close, or maybe the eye pillow over them. The blanket on, any props that you might need for knees or head. And just allow yourself to really get into your Shavasana. Relax. I will call you out. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Slowly awaken the body, stretching, rolling wrists, moving fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can bend those knees and roll over onto one side. Use your bottom arm like a pillow just to help hold the head. Keeping the eyes closed, push the hand against the floor and come on up to a seated posture. When you're ready, bring your hands to prayer and you can open the eyes back to the room, but don't become distracted. It's too easy. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for letting me guide you. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. It's not easy. And I truly, truly feel grateful that you're here. And allow yourself now to come back to your intention. And you can hold on to it, you can let it go, but no, you can always come back to it. It's within you. The light in me sees, bows, and honors that same light in you. We share that light. We are one. Namaste.